Hello and welcome back to another video on the rest of the space and to another edition of AEW Dynamite Out 10. It's a big show today. The show featured 6 matches including 4 title bouts, so a very title heavy show, and 2 major segments on the show as well, a couple of surprises as well. So yeah, big episode of Dynamite as we build closer to full gear, so let's get straight into it. And we kicked off this week's show with Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal. The action started before the bell could even ring. Lethal showed Allin on the apron, but the latter responded with a crossbody from the ropes. Lethal took advantage of instruction from Dutton Singh to hit a monkey flip on the steel steps. Lethal then applied a figure 4 leg lock and attacked Allin on the apron. He then hit some knee strikes and followed out with a backbreaker. Allin fought back and hit a coffin splash in the corner. He went for the same moves again, but Lethal stopped him. Towards the end, Allin hit a suicide dive on Satnam Singh, but that didn't phase the giant. The referee ejected them from ringside. However, Burton with a Sting Moss attacked Darby Allin with a baseball bat on the outside. Lethal then hit a lethal injection to pick up the surprise pinfall victory. Post-match, the hooded person was revealed to be Cole Carter as the heels celebrated the ring. Sting's entrance scene played. However, instead of him appearing, Jeff Jarrett came from behind and took out Allin with a guitar to the head. And Jeff Jarrett, now in AEW, and warning fans that the Jarretts leave an impression to whatever promotion they go. And yeah, I definitely did not have that down on my list for this year. Jeff Jarrett in AEW, definitely a surprise. But yeah, kind of intrigued to see where this goes. Not sure about doing it here at the expense of Darby Allin. Well, Sting and all of that, questions needs to be answered. But yeah, for this, I don't know, I'm not convinced on it yet. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Good person to have behind the scenes. But yeah, Jeff Jarrett, Cole Carter, new heel stable it seems. Let's see where it goes. 6 out of 10. Next up was John Moxie versus Lee Moriarty. Both men squared off in the middle of the ring to start things off. Moxley and Lee exchanged kicks before the former took him down with a right hand. He then unloaded on Moriarty in the corner and bit his forehead. The former then fought back with chops on the champ. The action spilled to the outside with Moriarty disappearing and dropping Moxley with a slam in the ringside area. He shoved the latter into the steel and threw him inside the squared circle. He continued to work on his left arm before Mox tried to get a pinfall via a roll-up. However, Moriarty kicked him in the face to keep his advantage. Moxley returned with heavy strikes, but Moriarty took him out with a springboard crossbody. He then mockingly stomped as Moxley, the purveyor of violence, and took out Moriarty with a King Kong area and hit multiple stars. Moriarty fought back with a shot to the left arm, but Moxley hit a cutter for a 2 count. Moriarty then hit strikes on Mox, but nothing worked. The former hit a German suplex, but Moxley got out quickly. Moriarty then applied the Border City sketch before Moxley handed his Heberson strikes. The BCC member then used the Yuji Gatami to pick up the submission victory. And yeah, post-match, Ethan Page came down from the commentary area and laid out Moxley. The firm members celebrated to close the segment. So kind of like an interesting thing there. Where will it all go with MJF? We'll have to see, I suppose. But yeah, it gets a 6 out of 10 for me. It was alright. Yeah, decent enough match. Moriarty got a lot of offense in. But yeah, I kind of want to see the MJF feud progress a bit further than just exhibition Mox matches, kind of what it feels like. The Acclaim then came out with Billy Gunn's hands, who were bandaged after Swerve's attack on him. Max and Bowens gifted Gunn a large pair of scissors as a birthday gift. Bowens said he had many guests to cancel on him before the Acclaim gave him a certificate of adoption. The Gunn Club then interrupted the segment and said that he had a gift for Gunn. W. Morrissey attacked the veteran from behind. The Gunn Club joined in on the beatdown. The FTR came out to make saves. Further members left the ring. Harwood and Wheeler had a tense standoff with the Acclaim before leaving the ring. And yeah, this was good stuff. I mean, like, the Acclaimed City Box here, but you know, I'm still loving it, still over as hell. So yeah, this was really, really good stuff. And yeah, I'm kind of intrigued to see where all this City Box goes. Before it's time for Chris Jericho versus Colt Cabana for the ROH World Championship. Cabana was revealed as a mystery opponent. Loud welcome back clowns from the crowd just as CM Punk seemingly gone interesting. The 2 men squared off before Cabana shoved Jericho in the corner. He then took Ocho down with a few shoulder blocks. Cabana then got a 2 count after reversing Jericho's offense as the latter moved to the ringside area to slow down Cabana's momentum. Jericho fought back with some shots and had Jericho on the shoulder, but a seemingly botched spot saw him drop the JAS leader outside. Jericho got the advantage, but Cabana took him down with heavy strikes. He then went for a middle rope and hit a splash for a 2 count. Cabana again went to the top rope, but Jericho stomped him. The foreman tried for a wall to Jericho, however, Cabana rolled him up for 2 count. Towards the end, Hager stopped Cabana's pinfall attempt. Cabana took out Hager and Garcia with moonsault on the outside, and Jericho picked up the code breaker for the pinfall victory on Cabana. Post-match, Menard and Parker attacked Ian Moriarty on commentary. Other JAS members joined in as Jericho broke his glasses. Bit of an unnecessary attack, but Claudio Castagnoli came to make the save, but was taken out. Danielson and Utah then followed. A brawl ensued as the two factions as the segment ended. And Jack gets 7 out of 10 from me. Great to see the pop for Cabana. The match was really good as well. Jericho retaining. But yeah, I'm really liking this ROH story from him. And yeah, the brawl at the end, pretty chaotic. And Jack kind of hints at the future direction I think we're going in with all of them, to be honest. Before it's time for Orange Cassidy versus Luchasaurus versus Fenix for the All Atlantic Championship. Cassidy and Fenix attacked Luchasaurus to take the match. The Giant retaliated, but the duo took him out with double drop kicks. The two then had a file page back and forth. They exchanged pinfall attempts and had a face off. Luchasaurus then came back inside and laid both Cassidy and Fenix. He then hit running splash in the corner and posed for the crowd. He worked on Cassidy and hit a lateral press for a 2 count. Fenix came in, but Luchasaurus took him down with a right. Luchasaurus was in control and then kicked Fenix in the chest, but the latter fought back with chops and he stopped his momentum with a right hand. Cassidy hit a stand-up millionaire on him and Fenix followed out with a sleeve kick. Cassidy then hit an orange punch on Luchasaurus before the right hand distraction shoved Cassidy to the steel steps and took out Fenix with a chokeslam on a table at ringside. The action moved to the entrance ramp and Luchasaurus hit a big headbutt, but Jungle Boy came out and hit his former partner with a chair. He then took out Luchasaurus from an elevated area. Pat came out at this point and he pounded Ray Fenix a hammer, but the latter threw it away. Towards the end, a brief exchange between Fenix and Cassidy retained with the orange punch. Post-match, Paige laid down Orange Cassidy, but Shibata made his return and chased him away. He then confronted Cassidy and a match was made between the two stars for Rampage. And yeah, did not see Shibata coming at all, but yeah, I'm so bloody hyped about this match. Really, really good match as well, with different storylines all intertwining into one. I thought it worked really nicely, and yeah, that match to cap it off, that's going to be really, really great. 7 out of 10, good stuff. It was then time for Jade Cargill versus Marina Shafir for the TBS Championship. She unloaded on Shafir, but Vicky and Nyla came out to do commentary. Cargill sent Shafir to the outside and followed up with Pump Kick to get the advantage. She then followed up with Jada to pick up a quick pinfall victory. And yeah, this was kind of a nothing segment if we're being brutally honest. 5 out of 10. Short match. I kind of feel like we've seen it loads before. And in a women's segment of Dynamite, we have to be doing more than this. Nyla Rose came out commentary. Obviously, to be honest, it's not a bad storyline. But yeah, I mean, this should have just been so much more. It just was really filler. For the women's division still to be at this point, kind of hammered it home here. And it is pretty sad to see. Just do more with the women's division, please, AEW. 5 out of 10. And that's been kind. So Mojo versus Brian Cage was up next for the ROH TV Championship. Both men squared off in the middle of the ring. Joey took out Brian Cage with a running charge tackle, but the latter fought back by shoving his opponent into the corner. Cage got the momentum after an Enzuigiri elbow combination, followed up with an elbow drop for a 1 count. After a brief back and forth, Cage hit a series of clotheslines and followed out with a German suplex. He then hit a top race Cedar and Mojo. The latter fought back with a Yukisaka kick and a senton for a 2 count. Cage stopped his offense with a seed kick and a 619. He then hit an elbow drop for a very close 2 count. Towards the end, Cage hit a big discus lariat on Joe for a 2 count and signalled the FIF. However, Joe reversed into Coquina clutch and picked up the victory. Post-match, the Embassy attacked Joe, but Wardlow made the save. He chased away to the heels, but Powerhouse Hobbs came out of nowhere and hit a spine buster on him. Hobbs stood tall to end the show. And Joe, really liking this new character of Hobbs. Thought it worked well here. And on the whole, really, really decent match. Followed out with this segment. I'm still not fully into it, but it does have some interesting dynamics there. So yeah, for what it's worth, I'll give it 7 out of 10. Overall, Dynamite this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. To be honest, I didn't think too much of this episode of Dynamite. Kind of just felt like a filler show. There were some really, really good moments on there, but it just wasn't too many major moments, and for a few weeks before the pay-per-view I liked seeing more, to be honest. But anyway guys, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, let me thoughts, comments down below, and follow this for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to the channel, it's greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.